The famous gas can story by Curtis HUTSON. And they went forth and preached everywhere. Mark 16:20. One Friday, my wife took our children to Chattanooga to visit her kinfolk. I was home alone, and it was late at night. I couldn't get to sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, it seemed like a little spring would pop them open. The harder I tried, the wider awake I got. It was usual night. The faucet dripping in the kitchen sounded like Niagara Falls. Finally, I began to fuss at the Lord. Here I am trying to do right. You won't even let me sleep. Please, Lord, I have work to do tomorrow. I still couldn't sleep. There was no use fretting about it. I decided to do something. I remember once when a man in my church said, if you ever want to go soul winning any hour of the day or night, call me. It was 1 o'clock in the morning when I called. I told him why I called. I just wanted to go soul winning. He argued the time. Finally I said, well, if you don't go, I'll go by myself. If you're going, I am too. He said. I kept 2 gallons of gas for the lawnmower under the house. I put it in the trunk of the car and drove over to get him. He thought we were going to the jail or a hospital to visit someone who had been in an accident. I said, come on, let's go soul winning. Then he thought I had bumped my head too hard. He said, do you realize people have dogs trained to bite people when they come around at night? If we don't get bitten, then we may get shot. We got in the car and headed north on Jewins Hills Road. Came to the 85 Express, took a right, and headed north. He asked, where are we going? If we're going to Greenville, South Carolina, I have to call my wife. I'll have you back by morning, I answered. In a few minutes, I saw what I was looking for. A car parked on the right side of the road, with a man standing behind it, eventually out of gas. I pulled up behind him and jumped out, happy and excited, and said, fellow, you out of gas? I asked. I sure am. You won't believe this, but I have nothing for you. You won't believe this, but I've been looking for you for 20 minutes. He looked at me very funny. You're not looking for me. I've never seen you. Yes, I'm looking for you if you're out of gas. I went to the trunk, got the gasoline can, and said, here are 2 gallons. It will get you to the next station. I started pouring it in, but he watched my buddy with one eye and me with the other. I got the gas in. He said, I figure out what you want. You want $10. You will make 9. If you do that 15 or 20 times a night, you'll make a killing. He reached for his pocketbook and pulled out money. I said, oh no. He said 20 and pulled out a $20 bill. I said, oh no. He said, if you want more than that, you can take a hose and sip home it out. But I will give you as much as 20 to get my family off the expressway. I said, You don't give me a dime. I look you up to give I look you up to give it to you. He couldn't believe it. I said, I'm an old-fashioned gospel preacher. I couldn't sleep tonight. I thought of the times I had run out of gasoline. I had a feeling I would find somebody on the expressway tonight out of gas. I thought if I gave him enough gas to get to the next service station, he would at least let me take the Bible and show him how to go to heaven. Do you know if you die, you will go to heaven? No, sir. Standing on the right side of the 85 expressway. Now about 2 in the morning, I opened my New Testament. He sat on the front seat. I led him and his wife and 3 children in the back seat to Christ. Before the sun came down in the morning, we led 18 people to Christ on that expressway. My partner and I had a shouting time as I drove him home. He got out of the car and said, God bless you, preacher. If you ever want to go soul winning any hour of the day or night, call me. I thought as I drove that little doom buggy home, I had more people saved tonight than most preachers had in 6 months. Let's go soul winning. Win souls to Jesus. He that wins souls is wise.